I'm about to say something many of you thought you'd never hear. Perms are back. They're back. Here to break down this major comeback is Jason Lee. Okay, just to show you how in perms are, you just recently got a perm.
I did.
It looks so good on you.
Thank you.
How are you liking it?
Well, I love it. I gotta say, my hair was like a little flat, a little lifeless beforehand, so I got a perm.
Yeah.
They're definitely making a comeback. And I actually want to ask the audience, how many people have had a perm at some point in your life? Put up your hand. Like everyone has had a perm.
Yes. Okay. And I mean, listen, we're not just talking about the perms to make it curly. Perm is a chemical relaxer as well.
That's correct.
Which a lot of us black women grew up with from a very young age.
That's
so
right.
yeah, I had perm as well.
Yeah.
And then they all disappeared. And now they're all back.
They're back.
Right? So why is it making a comeback? What's going on?
I think there's a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Number one, you know, hairstyles come back every 20 or 30 years. So for the new generation, they've never experienced it. In this case, Gen Z has never experienced it.
Yeah.
I also feel as though, you know, you and I have spoken a lot over the years how we're embracing our natural curl and our coily hair. And I think that that really influenced fashion and hairstyles.
Right.
And then lastly, you know, Korean pop culture, K-pop culture has really influenced fashion as well. And, you know, Korean salons have been doing perms this entire time.
Okay, so they never went out of style.
They never went out.
Okay, very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, talk about a little bit about what you need to think about in terms of getting your hair prepared before getting a perm.
Sure. Some things to really remember is like if you have bleached hair or really highlighted or processed hair or chemically relaxed hair, you shouldn't get a perm.
Okay.
That said, also people who have like really heavy, thick hair, sometimes you can get a perm and then it just drops out because of the weight of the hair. And then an interesting thing that might be a do for some people are people who have really curly hair. Some people have opted to get a perm because the perm rods can stretch out some of that curl pattern. So it just depends on how you want to manipulate the hair.
So it might make it less curly.
Exactly.
If you do it a certain way.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to break down the different perms you can get done and the different rods to use with our model Nina, right?
Yes.
Come on in, Nina.
Nina's here because we're going to just demonstrate what it's like to, if you remember, to wrap a perm. The first type of perm that we want to talk about is a cold perm. And a cold perm is basically we wrap the rods and then we take a perming solution on that doesn't get heated up. And so at the end of the day, a cold perm is that traditional perm that everybody knows, is that perm that you and your grandmother both had at the exact same time back in the 80s. And we just saturate the hair, let it sit on for about 15 to 20 minutes, rinse it out, and then we would neutralize it, and that's how you would get that perm.
Okay, very good. What's another kind of perm that you have? Or do you want to talk about the rods now?
Sure. Well, here's the thing. There's just something to remember. Like the different sizes of rods, the larger the size of the rod is going to be a looser curl type.
Yeah, I remember these from when I was quite young. Okay, so let's talk about other perm options.
Yeah, so there's another perm type, which I think a lot of people are really interested in. It's called a digital perm.
Okay.
So, you know, if you don't want that really, really tight, frizzy, curly perm, you can offer a digital perm, which is, it's, again, popularized in Korean and Japanese salons. They use wider perm rods, so you're going to get a looser, kind of more like a beach wave.
Okay.
And they wrap it, and they put the solution on, and then it's attached to a digital machine. So you have all these wires attached to it, and it heats up the rods, and that's how you get a much looser curl.
That looks like high tech, my friend. Oh my gosh. Last up, the down perm.
So the down perm also very popularized in Korean and Asian salons.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a chemical relaxer. I'll just show you here like this. It comes out like a bit of a paste as opposed to a solution.
Okay.
And what it does is that if your hair is really straight or it kind of grows in a weird way and you want it to lay in a different way, it kind of softens the hair a little bit, or it gives it a different type of lift, or it can change around a cowlick. It's just manipulating using a chemical to change permanently your hair.
I can
you can smell it. It's definitely strong.
I remember the whole smell,
PTSD.
the whole vibe, my friend. It's like, I'm already like, wash it out!
So true.
It's been in too long.
It's true.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about how you maintain your beautiful curls after a perm.
After you get a perm, you know, your hair's drier, you need moisture. I always opt for the Mela and Cara Touche Velour Signature Collection. It's a very good everyday use and delivers a lightweight hydration, so you need hydration with a perm. Then I'll diffuse with the Balayage Exceptionnel blowout cream. And then I finish off, I carry this around with me every day. It's the smooth ends, it's your finisher. I carry it on, we call it the lip gloss for hair, and when you have a little bit of frizz, you just touch it up throughout the day, and it gets rid of any frizz and defines your curls.
And keeps it beautifully shiny, right?
Yeah, that's the trick.
Oh my gosh, Jason, I love it, and I love that you are always constantly changing your hair. Like, you're such a good example for us, because then it's like, oh my god, it looks really good.
Always change up your
right?
hair and play with different things.
Very nice. You were rocking that